Hey guys, I'm at this hotel again at the Hyatt Regency in Monterey, and I'm back here for the swing weekend, and there was just something I had to talk about. It's kind of weird and gross, but I need to talk about this because I think it's a real thing. Okay, so I need to throw something out. I was chewing my gum, and I need to throw my gum out, and they don't have. This is the trash can. They also have this other double set where one's a recyclable and one's not. But there's some pretty gross things in here. I mean, not like we're gross, and well, there's a few things that are gooey, and there's no plastic bag, and I think it's because they don't use plastic bags. But if I were to throw my gum in here, it's gonna stick at the bottom, or and then they gotta take their gloved hands and pluck it off, and then if it's stuck, there's a little sticky stuff, and then they gotta either wash that out with water. And we're in California where there's officially a drought. This is my swing weekend tag. Isn't that attractive? It just feels so good, this plastic sharp thing. Ugh. Anyways, so not having plastic in these bags, a thin thing of plastic, means that all of the wet goo goes in here. I know people who spit in these things, If you spit, if you have a cold and you're hock toing it, which is gross, and you need to spit, where are you going to spit in this hotel room? You can't spit in here, or you could, but it would be disgusting, and then if you did, they'd have to wash it out with water, thus the drought problem. Or you're going to try to spit outside, or you're going to spit in the sink, which means you got to wash it down, because if you don't, it just clogs the sink, or you got to spit in the toilet and have this gross thing in the toilet, and you can't flush it because there's a drought now. So the little plastic things is to save, I guess, the landfill. But there's a lot of land out here, and there's no water. So to me, I would opt for, taking up more of the landfill, because there's just mountains and mountains and mountains of land out here. There's just miles of brown earth, unlike on the East Coast. And but there is no water here, I mean, I don't know what these guys are going to do. I think it's time to do a rain dance. I wonder how you do a rain dance. I'm going to have to think of something. If I lived out here, I'd be dancing. I'd be doing my rain dance every day. So anyway, I don't understand it with these. I might actually talk to somebody about that, because they've made a lot of mistakes out here when it comes to the hotel. This one guy did try to fix a lot of the mistakes they made with me, because I addressed them. I didn't play nice. I did my whole Deb thing where I went after what I wanted, and I told them what I thought, and it was mostly about the fact that they wanted to charge me 2 nights, even though I could only stay 1, because they didn't relate it to the lower rate. They just said you have to stay for 2 nights. There's a 2-night minimum. They got all hung up on this phrase, the 2-night minimum. And if you didn't stay 2 nights, you had to pay for 2 nights. They didn't give you an explanation. They just said you have to pay for 2 nights. And I said, well, I can only stay 1 night now. I was here on Thursday. I had to go back to San Francisco on Friday, and I'm back here on Saturday night. And they said, well, we can't give you have to pay for 2 nights. So we argued back and forth, and then I was so frustrated. I wasn't going to stay here, because I'm just like, that is bull, to make me pay for another night that I'm not going to need, just because you have a 2-night minimum that you can't stop saying the little phrase 2-night minimum over and over and over again. So they were listening to me explain my point of view, which was, sell me a room. If you have an available room, why not sell it to me tonight and not overcharge me, making me pay for another room? If you don't want to give me the dancer's rate, even though I'm here for the dance event, that's one thing, because that's a 2-night minimum. And the 2-night minimum was all related to Saturday night. Well, this event ends today, Sunday. So why make someone pay for Saturday night and Sunday night when the event is basically over on Sunday? I mean, it's crazy. And also, instead of relating it to the lower price, that wasn't even in their consciousness at all. Out here, back east, if you are going to buy a block of rooms at a lower rate, it's because you're getting all of those nights, and you're part of the dance weekend. That's why you're there, so they give you that rate. But you don't just make a person pay 2 nights because of no reason, because they've just put this phrase on there, 2-night minimum. Doesn't make sense. So I said, look, why don't you sell me the room at the regular rate? And since I'm you have the room available, and I'm only here for one night. And then he said, well, let me look. He went back to talk to somebody about this about 6 times for me. And this one guy was trying hard to make it work for me. And then I was laying on the couch. I was really tired. And I was thinking, and I thought, you know what? I've been here 2 nights because I was here Thursday night. And they're not 2 nights in a row, but they're 2 nights. So I went back and I said, just something to think about. This guy's name was Joe. He was very nice after because he heard me actually complaining to the manager about the fact that they were trying to charge me 2 nights, even though I could only stay for 1. And he completely agreed with me because I was right about this. And so he went back and I came back to him and I said, I have been here 2 nights. I was here Thursday night and now I'm staying another night. So I should get the dance rate. And the only reason I'm at this hotel is because of this dance event. So, let me have the good rate and give me a room and let me stay at your hotel. And then you won't lose a customer, because if you don't let me stay at your hotel for the right rate, a fair rate, and in a way that makes sense, then I'm not coming back to this hotel. I have no reason to. It's not that great a hotel. I mean, it's too dimly lit in here. The shower has no privacy. My daughter was taking a shower. I assumed that she was going to hide behind the curtain because there's always a curtain or a door. So I barged in, and she wasn't behind the door, and there is no door. There's no door in that bathroom for the shower. It's just half glass and half open. So you better feel pretty intimate with your partner, because if you share that bathroom, So anyway, that's my rant. I think the plastic bag is actually better for trash in a hotel than having to wash it all out in a state that has a drought. So there's my rant about that. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Oh, and by the way, if anybody watches my skincare stuff, my skin is like velvet, and it's from that L'Oreal oil, which I bought. It's just, that stuff is amazing, and I'd go in there and show it to you, but Eliza is in there, so I'm not going to, but it's in my other skincare video, my latest skincare video. So anyway, love you guys. Big kiss. I'm in sunny California, and it's fabulous here, except for the fact that there's no water, so that's a big problem. That is a big problem. So love you guys. Big kiss. Mwah.